So this is me and Chris Bird, heavyweight world champ. Uh, well, okay, I have to go back to this one. This one, I don't know how I could skip this. Serebikian, a Russian champ. And that's me. Susky wins brawl in the fourth. That was on Fox. I got kicked out of the Palace. And I was with Jackie Kalen, Galaxy Boxing, James Lights Out Tony. Jackie Kalen brought up James Lights Out Tony, Hall of Fame middleweight, one of the greatest middleweights in history. Went on to be heavyweight world champ. That's how good this prick was. So anyway, so I was in their camp, and Jackie was my manager, and they had a great camp. I was a dumbass for walking away. My dad made me walk away from that. They offered me a pro contract. I trained for the '92 Olympics with them guys, and I just missed the Olympics, and so we're gonna do a pro contract, and so anyway, so they give me a contract, and it was a 60-40 split. They get 60, I get 60%, they get 40. And then that, that's, and in some states that's illegal. In most states in America back then, this is early 90s, back then a third was the most you could take. And so they had 60-40, dude. And then, so then I was like, okay, whatever. My dad was livid, man. He did not want to sign a contract that, that was like low ball. Like I said, it was actually illegal in a lot of states. And that contract ended up, John McCain had congressional hearings in D.C. in the early 90s, and that contract ended up in John McCain's hand in one of the backdrops of his case about how corrupted boxing was. So anyways, they give me that contract, and I was willing to walk. I was willing to work with them on it. You know what I mean? You got play to pay, man. I'm a firm believer, pay to play. And then so we're talking, and I'm fighting in Vegas on a James Toney undercard, and it's going to be on ESPN. My fight's going to be on ESPN. They're going to pay me $450, that's the lowest. That's low ball shit for a fight on ESPN, $450. And then I asked her, she's going to take 40% of my $450, and she said, of course. That blew me away. I'm like, no. My dad was pissed off. So we walked on negotiations. I was told I was never going to fight at the Palace. And then I did a bunch of shit, and a couple years later, I ended up with the Birds. I went back to the Birds. I walked out on the Birds and went back to them. My dad buried the hatchet with them. They're great people. I love, like I said, Chris Bird's like a brother to me. And so I ended up back at the Birds, and we're putting on good shows up in Flint. And the next thing you know, they want us to fight down at the Palace, the very Palace they kicked me out of. They told me I'd never fight there. And we're doing so good up in Flint that they wanted in on that action, because we were going, man. It was humming up in Flint. We're bringing the houses down. We're putting on our own fight cards down there. So next thing you know, they want me to fight the Palace. It was a setup, though, because they got this guy for me to fight. He was 11-1 with 10 knockouts. And I was 5-0. Yeah, I think it was 5-0. Yeah, it was 5-0 because he had twice as many knockouts as I had wins. And I ended up knocking that dude out. Arthur Serebikian, tough kid, Arthur Serebikian. He went on and won some titles after I beat him in the pros, man. He was a tough kid, really good fighter. They announced it. My first fight at the Palace, they announced it. One of the greatest fights ever held here at the Palace on Fox. National TV. It was awesome. I have it recorded. And then I had a swimsuit model girlfriend down in Florida. Well, she did some swimsuit modeling. Hot. Man, insane. Anyways, we're down at a bar in Florida watching that fight, and she went crazy, man. Almost got kicked out of the bar. She had a ball watching that. Anyways, good story there. Chris Bird, first time I ever got in the rings with this kid. He's, I don't know, maybe 5, 6-time national champion in that picture. I never saw a ring before. They put me in the ring with him. He beat the hell out of me, man. Beat me like a heavy bag. See, it's a heavy bag. That's how he's punching me. Beat the shit out of me. And that was like the second most monumental moment in my life. When I got beat up by Bruce, I got the black eye by Bruce Markiewicz. That I don't know, maybe the most monumental moment of my life. Getting in the Bird with Chris Bird is the second, because I knew I was gonna be him. I knew I was gonna be an elite boxer. After that, after he whooped me in the ring, I was like, man, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get my revenge, you know, because he beat the shit out of me. I'm like, man, I'm gonna learn how to fight. And student of the week, I had the lowest GPA in my class. Lowest GPA in my class. And I was student of the week because I made the U.S. boxing team, fought on ABC Wild Water Sports. That's what a thug I was, man. Susky, no 9 to 5 man. Susky was born to fight. My legal name is Susky. My real name is Suska. My grandfather, his name was switched. We knew our name wasn't Susky. We were Slovak and not Polish. My great grandfather owned a bunch of businesses in a Polish neighborhood. So he had a Slovak name, so he changed dropped the A and put an I. Suska was my real name. Susky is my legal name. And then everybody was asking, "Why you change your name for me?" And I fought under Suska. That's my Slovak. That is my real name. Susky fights cruiserweight title, Iron cruiserweight title, and that's another article. I think I lost my next fight after that, and everything was downhill from there, man. My life went to shit in a handbag after I lost my first fight, Olympic stuff, 3 amateur, all just more stuff. Down Trump's mansion, right there, buddy. And then they had a tower going up here in the middle there, in the mansion. That's me on the diving board. It's all different now. I think they redid it. They made it into a club right after this picture. And I was in a contest in high school who could have sex in the craziest places in high school. And high school bathroom during school was number one, which I of course had. And it was, oh my God, that right there, that contest, crazy sex exploit contest, it was Crazy Places Sex, is what we called it. Crazy Places Sexual Exploits was the name of the competition I had with my other jock buddies. One of my best friends in high school was on the U.S. karate team. I was on the U.S. boxing team in high school. Imagine that, both of us. He's on the U.S. karate team. I'm on the U.S. boxing team. He's a pussy though. I'd carry his ass. Everybody knew. He got one dude dropped him in a fight, and I beat the guy up. Guys working at McDonald's that just folded out. He went in the bathroom, cleaned up, worked at McDonald's, and I was in McDonald's getting my pre-drink meal on. Right, I'd eat a big meal before I drink, and he goes in the bathroom. He just got done beating on my buddy. I'm like, why waste an opportunity? So I walked in the bathroom, and I got in his face. I said, I was like, I ain't no black belt, damn motherfucker, because he walked right up and just knocked Dan out, popped him. I said, I ain't no black belt, Dan. So try to shoot with me, man. So he got all scared and went to go around me. I left hooked his ass. And busted his jaw up, and he run out. And then by the time I took a piss and go back out to the table where my food was, the manager's in there busting my ass, and I got kicked out of McDonald's countless times. He's like, I'm calling the cops again. And I'm like, going, oh, whatever, fucking grab my shit and got the fuck out. Kid was tough though, man. Andre Buckley, he was a tough kid because he never pressed charges on me. Busted his jaw up. Yeah, I was just doing it for Dan, man. Dan was like my brother. Black belt Dan. Anyhow, I used to, so we'd have contests, crazy places, sexual contests, all that shit, and I'd number one, man. That took my life on a crazy direction because I started, I was having sex at the Trump's mansion up in the tower, man. And then I had my favorite place, well, the tower, that was awesome. Having sex in the tower, I had over the rail, the up on top of the tower at night in Palm Beach. It was insane. And I made it real intense, man, because I did not want to forget about it. So it was a really intense scenario. And then so, we did all that shit. I have my stories have stories, so it's hard for me to even keep track of the shit I talk, man. Okay, so we had the sexual conquest stories, more stuff here. Let me flip that. I had some good fights, man. Said some ESPN as one of my, well, the knocking, this is my favorite article right here. Suska sweats off 2 pounds and defends the MABF ring title. That's in the amateurs. Michigan ABF, Amateur Boxing Federation, Michigan Amateur Boxing Federation title. Biggest state title you could win. And then, so this is me, and know this, I'm going to talk a lot of shit on here. I'm going to tell a lot of stories. And this is the backdrop. This is who I was. So if I'm talking shit, take it to the bank because I'm telling the truth. I always tell everybody I've led such a life. I don't have to lie, man. I don't have to embellish or lie because I've been there and done it. All right, cool. That was my life. That's who I am. Later.